Hello and good morning to our lovely collective. My name is Kristi and I am here from the Circle of Alchemy Sisters. I'm here with my beautiful partner, Deidre. Um, and today, sometimes we have a plan. Sometimes we don't have a plan. Sometimes we make a plan, and today that's what happened. We made a plan. I felt like this morning I really wanted to pull deep from the tarot. We never do messages translated to the collective from the tarot, so I thought that we could pull some tarot cards and see what the collective needed to hear with the tarot. So I did dish out. Cameras can't see the cards, but we did dish out some cards. We have tarot here, and then we have a big line of oracle cards. And the crazy thing is they all say the exact same thing. So I'm gonna bring through some messages and channel, and then we're gonna have a discussion how kind of things relate in real life, in our human lives, and hopefully we'll get a nice show going today.
Yes.
Yeah.
The mic.
What mic? I'm a big mouth. I don't need a mic.
You might need a mic.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Amateur. Total amateur.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yep, that's good.
That good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do you have anything to say before we start off?
No, but I'm
Besides
excited.
reminding me?
I see some of these cards and I'm really interested to learn the message.
Okay, so the first card that we get out is Strength, okay? And that's a major arcana. So these are like the major life lessons that the collective is going through in this very moment, right? So now it's really funny. We just started channeling the Lyrans yesterday, and we have lion. We have a lion on the card, a divine, feminine sort of. That's what strength feels like to me. It feels very strong. It feels very feminine, right? Mm-hmm. And it's having self-love and respect, right? Like that's what happens when you embrace that divine feminine energy that you have inside of you, as that we start to sort of like just like all of a sudden care about ourselves and stand up for ourselves and realize that we've been accepting far way less than we actually deserve because that's what we've been programmed.
Let me take a moment, and I want to talk about this video that I've seen on TikTok. And it reminded me of the rise of the divine feminine. So there was a video taken of, and I want to say they were probably in Africa. There's a video of like some lions by a vehicle, and I don't know what the lions were doing there, but these lions were just getting into a fight. There was like 3 female lions and then a male lion, and these 3 female lions were like fighting the male lion and trying to chase him off. And it just reminded me of like, it's not even just us humans that are changing. It feels like it's everything. And it made me think of just how sick of us, how sick we women, we divine feminines are getting of being
Squashed.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And we are not talking man, woman here. Mm-hmm. That is, we do not want to, I do not want to man bash. I appreciate the divine masculine in everyone. Okay. But at this moment in time, it's like the divine masculine hasn't really developed, right? There's so much wounded masculine that is living and existing in the world that the divine feminine has to rise so that divine masculine can also rise, right? It's almost like the divine masculine needs the divine feminine to lead them into this development of who you're supposed to be.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that energy. When you just said that, it makes complete sense.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like, and it's not because it's not their fault. It's not the masculine energy's fault that they are holding so many of these damaged qualities. Like it's not their fault. You know, it's the way that we have been programmed as humans. You know, like it's the way we've been programmed since birth to just act like males do this, females do this. Males act like this, females act like this. Males this, females this. When in reality, it's we hold both qualities within us. And we need to work on developing both of those qualities within us so that we can be more of a balanced energy. And then there won't be such a war between masculine and feminine. The war that we feel internally is literally represented by the world.
Yeah.
As a collective, what we're going through internally will reflect in the world. And there's chaos going on out there, right? And confusion and anger and sadness. And that's what we're all feeling inside of us. So that's the strength card. And then we go into the next card, which is the hermit, right? We have to figure out this self-love, the strength, the self-love and the unconditional love, like learn those things and really absorb those things. And by introspect, by being the hermit, by turning within ourselves instead of always focusing on what's out here, like what's going on out here, we turn in towards ourselves and we say, what's going on in here, right? And learn about yourself, get to know yourself. Like, when is the last time you sat down with yourself and had a conversation with yourself to just get to know you, you know? Who are you? Who are you without being a wife, a sister, a mother, a husband, a partner? Who are you? Just like you as an individual, taking away and stripping away all those titles, you know? Hi, my name is Kristi and I'm a psychic, right? Who am I if I take away the psychic? What do I like? What do I like to do? Do I have things that I enjoy? And I actually think that they're channeling this to me right now because like, this is my life, right? This is my life. What I do is my life. Do I have anything besides this that I enjoy to do? And I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to self-reflect and go inward on that. I really like to go to the lake and the river and enjoy the sun, but it's winter in Missouri, so that's out of the picture. Right? So do you have anything to say about the hermit card and going inside, things that you've learned how to get to know yourself on a personal basis? Have you gotten to do this?
Not as much as I think that we should. I'm not going to lie to myself and say, yeah, I've done that, because I find myself doing that daily now, and it's kind of scary to do that. Yeah. And sometimes it's like it's hard because like it's like a lot of confusion going on in there, and it's like scrambled and it's a mess, and you have to go through everything, and sometimes it's overwhelming, and then you just stop. And so yeah, I mean, it's not as much as I probably should. Yeah, honestly, we need to make best friends with ourselves. Like, we're always just searching on the outside. Like, this is my best friend. This is my best friend. This is my coven. This is my group of girls. Like, hanging with the girls, or hanging with my boyfriend, or hanging with my family. But how about we just learn how to hang with ourselves? You know, because when all that is gone, God forbid, you know, who are you going to have? Right? Who are you going to have when the whole world turns its back on you? You need to make sure that you are invested in yourself so that no matter what happens, you got you. Exactly. Right? I got me. I am so completely whole within myself. All those holes that I'm seeking from outside and external validation, those holes are filled, and I filled them by myself. I can buy myself flowers, right? I can do whatever I'm craving from an external source. I can do for myself, you know? So yeah. Probably the things that you would prefer doing with other people, start doing for yourself.
If there's nothing wrong with going to dinner by yourself, seeing a movie by yourself.
Take yourself on a date.
Yes, spoil yourself. Have a glass of wine. Cheers yourself. Like, cheers. Yeah. Bitch, like, you're awesome, you know? Like, We need to learn how to, and again, I am not just speaking to the divine feminine. I am speaking to the divine masculine. You know, like, what are you looking for that divine partnership to do for you?
Yeah.
If you're searching for a divine relationship to do something for you, that's the wrong way to go at it. And those are the things you need to do for yourself.
I honestly am picking up on something. It's like fall in love with yourself. What would you do when you start dating somebody, start getting to know somebody? Do that with yourself. You know, date yourself. You know, that's the best way to learn what you like to do. And if you're sitting around thinking, well, I don't even know myself. I don't know what I like. You know, my life has been for everybody else. That needs to stop. Mm-hmm. You know, it's time to really know yourself, falling in love with yourself.
Yeah, for sure. And they're so on the opposite end of the scale. I have a friend that's popping in my mind who likes to go above and beyond to when they're in relationships, like to create something. I want to do this and I want to do this and I want to do this for other people and make them happy. I want to do all these things for other people. Like, what if you just do those things for yourself? You know, like, that could be magical too, you know, but we always have guilt when we're providing ourselves with these wonderful things. It's guilt because we could just be giving it to someone else, right? But dude, you're the main character. You're the main character in this life. You're the beautiful soul. You know, you. And eventually, when you fill yourself up with all that beautiful self-love and all that dating, I have goosebumps everywhere. I'm feeling so schmoozy right now. That's what happens, right? That's how I feel. That's how I feel right now. Like, I feel so filled up. I feel so full, right? And I don't have to go out and search for someone to complete me. I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for people to come to me because I know that when I am at this healthy, full version of myself, people are going to be drawn to me, you know, and then I get to pick and choose who I want. I don't have to go search and like find all these things. They're actually going to come to me, you know, but do pay attention. You got to pay attention to what is your old life, the cycles repeating, you know, pay attention to the red flags because we didn't pay attention to the red flags before. Nope. And now we're going to be aware of what those red flags are. And the recommended way to start a relationship is to become friends. Be friends with the people whom if you find them attractive, don't go too far too fast, right? Because that will save you some heartbreak in the long run. And it's really hard because us humans, we want instant gratification, right? We fall in love so quick and so easy. And it's okay because I'm in love with all of my friends, right? I'm in love with you. I'm in love with Sam. I'm in love with my best friends. I'm in love with all my friends, right? But that doesn't mean that we push our friendship boundaries, right? I want to make sure that we are solid. We're solid, right? Like, if anything happens, I got you. You got me, right? Like, that's how we need to go into relationships. And we need to sort of skip that romantic stuff in the beginning, you know? Like, let's just be friends. Let's just be homies. And then eventually we come to this sturdy place and we're like, okay, I think we can handle a relationship. I think we can try this, you know? So, yeah, the next card we have is
Wheel of Fortune.
The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so they're saying, like, get the strength and the self-love and the unconditional love for humanity by going inside and learning who you really are. And then once you start learning who you really are, you get to complete that cycle of not having self-love, right? That cycle is complete. That lesson is complete. We're all here to learn how to love ourselves, how to go inward, how to get to know ourselves. And then when we learn that, it's like that cycle is over, and the things that keep repeating in our lives to show us those things, those stop, and we get to move forward to brighter and bigger things, which is the Star card, the next thing, you know? Like, every cycle, every bad ending has a new beginning, right? Every time something ends, something new is going to start. That is how the universe works. This has to end, and sometimes it has to end tragically, it has to end horribly, it has to end hard, right? It has to, so we can feel it. And then we process through it, and we process through it. We don't just rush and get over it, right? We have to process our feelings. And then when those feelings are processed and they've moved through us, it's like, oh, I see the light at the end of the tunnel now that I didn't think there was a light. I literally thought I was walking through this dark tunnel and nothing. It was just getting more narrow and more narrow. But all of a sudden, I see that sun at the end of the tunnel. It's lighting up the tunnel, you know? So go through the cycles, feel them all, go inside, get to know yourself, have that love for yourself, you know, be strong and really just fall in love with yourself. That was like the perfect explanation. Date yourself, fall in love with yourself, fill those holes that you are looking for external sources to fill.
That's the thing. We need to stop searching for validation and appreciation and love externally. Mm-hmm. Those should be all the things that we give ourselves naturally.
Yeah, I mean, like, even, like, you're beautiful, you're pretty, you're sexy, you're hot. Like, if you're looking for somebody to tell you those things, go stand in the mirror and say it. I said it to myself this morning. I was like, yes, girl, you look good with that pink in your hair, right? Like, you have to fall in love with yourself. You have to tell yourself these things. Otherwise, I'm going to be posting a Facebook selfie and wanting people to like it and comment on it.
For sure. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what we do.
We want people to tell us we're pretty. Yeah. So, let's post a really good Facebook picture of ourselves and I'll get myself some attention, you know? Not everybody does that. But it is something that we do, like, on a human level. Like, I need some attention, so I'm going to go seek it. But we really just need to fill ourselves with it. Okay, so the next cards I have the Nine of Wands and I have the Eight of Cups, right? And, the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Wands. And that's saying, like, we're moving on, right? We're moving on from these current situations, from these past situations who are not serving us anymore, right? We're moving on to this brighter future. And we just got to keep going, right? And that is the hardest part. We have to keep trudging. We have to keep going because we've been living in mud for however long that we've been asleep and living in the matrix and being programmed and living this programmed life. Like, I was 42 when I woke up. So I have 42 years.
The tornado sirens, they're doing sirens right now. So if you can't hear it, or if you can, validation.
Yeah. Keep going, right? Keep going. Now I'm totally distracted, and that's all I can hear is the damn turn. I was like, what is that noise? I thought it was your neighbors.
It's the sirens.
It's Wednesday. The first Wednesday of the month. Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay, so keep going. Don't let your past keep you from being who you're supposed to be, right? Like, this all did happen. Absolutely. It's really freaking hard to get through, but it is not going to stop me from being the person that I know that I can be, because you got to feel it, right? Even when we're at our lowest, when we're at our lowest of lows, that glimmer that we have, that tiny little glimmer, that tiny little piece of glitter in the darkness, right? That is what we have to hold on to. That it's still there. I can still get out of this. I can still do this, right? Keep going. And I know that, like, there's so many people going through relationship problems right now. So many people. And obviously we are living proof that you can make it. Mm-hmm. You know, like, my relationship ended in the way that I thought I was going to be with this person forever. They were my forever, you know, and it ended. And I didn't think I was going to make it. Like, every day it was like, how am I going to live without this person? How am I going to even enjoy my coffee in the morning, you know, when I'm used to them bringing it to me? You know?
They're going to make me cry. Because,
because that's what you're going through.
We're like mirrors. Usually she enters her tower moments first, and then mine will be the exact same, and you'll come in right after. But those
Lucky
are
you.
Yeah, that's what I say. But no, I mean, like, and I've realized the strength that I've had, and to face all this, where in the past I would have waited until I hated him to leave,
That's the problem that we all have, you know. I believe in unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to love this human for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But if I stay in this situation, we are eventually going to come to hate one another. And we're going to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to destroy everything that we could possibly have in the future, right? It's not a romantic relationship in the future, but it's unconditional love that I have for this person that I want to absolutely remain in my life. But if I would have stayed in a romantic relationship with them, it would have destroyed it. That's also part of knowing yourself and knowing that even though this hurts so much, I know it's the right thing to do. My intuition is telling me this. My brain is telling me one thing, but my intuition, they're whispering that little secret that you don't want to pay attention to. Over and over and over again. You keep saying, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Push it away. Push it away. I did the same thing, right? Over and over. For 2 years, I kept pushing that tiny little thing in my brain over and over. Nope, nope. Nope, I can do this. I can do this, you know. I love this human. I love this human. We're soulmates. We came here to live this life together. Absolutely. But not in this form, you didn't. Not anymore, because it's killing you both slowly.
Yeah.
Time to fly, little birdies.
Yeah.
You know, push them out of the nest.
Great explanation.
Yeah. Man. Okay, so now we have the oracle cards. And the first card that came out is find acceptance in your current situation. And that is literally becoming aware of your current situation, being honest with yourself about your current situation, okay? Let's say that you are in a situation where you're just going through the motions, right? And you're like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine, right? It's fine. Find acceptance in that. Is it really fine for you? Be honest with yourself. Is this really fine for you? Find acceptance in that. This is how my life is going to be for the rest of my life if I continue this cycle. Am I comfortable here? Am I going to accept that this is really it? Because you can't go on what you hope things are going to be like in the future, right? This is a relationship thing again. Relationships are really big in the collective, okay? They're saying like, don't base your current relationship on the way that you hope things will be in the future. We need to live in the moment, okay? So if you are in a hurtful place at this moment in time and you keep communicating to your partner over and over and over again that this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm thinking, this is how these are the things that I desire to, like, all these things, right? And nothing is changing, and nothing is changing, and nothing is changing. And you're like, oh, maybe when they do this, things will change. Maybe when they do this, things will change. Maybe when they do this, right? We need to learn how to love people exactly where they are. Exactly where they are, you know? Like, but we also need to love ourselves, if not as like more, right? More, right? Because if we're not loving ourselves, then we're actually not doing this person any favors. We're not helping them. And that's what we want to do. If we're in relationships that are not serving us, it's because like we want to help these people. We love these people. We know that they have it in them to be these people that we see, right? But we are not helping them if we are not discovering who we really are and standing in that power. Someone has to be awakened to the truth of things. Someone has to be standing in their most authentic, healed power. Someone has to do it, right? Quit waiting for someone to rescue you. Quit waiting, right? You are the rescuer. You are the one that is going to have to solve all of these issues in your life. You, right? But you're not alone. You obviously have a team of guides standing strong and firm behind you who are literally trying to show you the way as you go. You have to open your mind and start seeing the hints and the little gifts that the universe is giving you, right? Wake up and start paying attention to what is really going on in your life, right? Pay attention. Don't it's the cycles. It's everybody is stuck in the cycle, and we need to break out of the cycle. Quit repeating the cycles. There are so many of us, our collective for sure, who are here to break cycles. Okay? We're here. We're put on this earth to break the cycles, right? Like we are here to transform Earth's energy into what was to what is supposed to be, right? Mm-hmm. And to do that, we're all here to let go of all of this old crap that has been repeating generation after generation after generation. So find acceptance in your current situation and wake up to the reality of it. And once you accept it, you will be able to move on from there. Okay? Anything? You got anything?
Nope. There's nothing to add to that. That was perfectly explained.
Okay. So I already put in the second card. It's reclaim your power.
Okay.
Find your power, right? So many times, again, this is going into relationships. They really, really want to read about relationships right now. So many times when we get into relationships, we instantly give our power away. Instantly. As soon as we meet this person and we feel the butterflies and we feel the connection, it's like we will do anything that they want, right? Even if there's like things that you don't like to do, like, and they're like, hey, do you like to do this? And you're like, yeah, sure, it's fun, I can do that. But you didn't like it. You actually don't like it, but you're saying like, yeah, I like that. And then for the next 2 years, you guys are dating, you're doing this thing over and over and over again that you actually don't like. And you're growing animosity and animosity and animosity. And then one day you're like, I don't even like doing this. And this person is like, this is our thing. We've been doing it since we met. You told me that you liked this. Yeah, well, I was just telling you what you wanted to hear, right? Giving you my power. So when we're in relationships, we do have to just remain who we are. Stop pretending we don't want to be denied. We don't want to be thrown away. We don't want to be rejected. We want people to like us. So we're like liars in the beginning of relationships, totally lying.
It's like false advertisement.
Yeah. And then you wonder, you're not the same person I fell in love with. Well, no shit. I was totally pretending to be a completely different human back then.
That's honestly the perfect lesson that we could have spoke on today, because that has been true in probably every one of my relationships.
Same. Yeah.
No more.
No more. You got to remember to stand in your power. But remember also, you saying no more, you're going to be tested with that. No, right? You're going to be tested with that. You are going to be tested. You are going to meet someone and they're going to say, you're going to have all these feelings and they're going to say, do you like this? And do you like this? And you're like, yeah, I don't mind it, right? No. Say, no, I don't. I'm not down with that.
No, I feel like I'm strong enough now to really say that, to tell you who I am.
Do you like playing pool?
No.
No, I don't. Do you want to play pool?
No,
I don't. Will I watch you play pool? Absolutely. Will I enjoy watching you play pool? Absolutely, I will. I will on a personal level. You will not, right? But no, I don't want to play pool. I don't want to shoot darts either. But I'll watch you. I don't have to participate in the things that you like, but I will support you in them. But I do expect the same back. I talk to aliens for a living. Do you want to talk to aliens for a living? Probably not. Right? But will you support me on my journey? Absolutely. You better, You don't have to pretend that you like aliens, no. But you got to support me.
No, for sure. I feel like it's going to be new. It's going to be new for me to, and I'm sure that anybody who's really awakened to that, to giving your power away and pretending to be somebody you're not in your relationships, anybody who's tired of doing that is going to be like, you know what? I am who I am, and if you can't accept that this is who I am, or the things I like or the things I don't like, then we're not going to go together, and why would I waste my time getting to know somebody if eventually it's going to end?
But they're also saying, remember the difference between standing in your power and being stubborn. right? Like sometimes we have to learn the difference between that. And they're saying like, if you've never tried these things, then you should try them, right? Like if I'm saying, no, I don't like to play pool, but I've never played pool, then I have to play pool, right? But if I'm standing in my power and I've got 30 years of dating in under my belt, and I've been in relationships and I've tried playing pool a billion times, like I can say, no, I don't like playing pool. Mm-hmm. You know, do you like hiking? Well, in theory, I like hiking. Physically, I don't know. I haven't really gone on a long hike, right? But in the beginning, if somebody was like, do you like hiking? My mind says, hell yeah, I like hiking. Like in theory, I do love, but like when it comes down to you want to go hiking,
how long is the trail?
Can I wear my dudes?
Yeah. How high are we hiking?
Yeah. Okay, so stand in your power, but don't be stubborn about it. You know, like we're here on Earth School. That's the next card. We're here to learn. We're here to experience things. We're here to open ourselves up. We're not here to shut ourselves down and be stubborn and not budge, right? Mm-hmm. We are here to experience. Now this woman on the card is diving into the abyss, right? She's just diving into the unknown, and that's what Earth School is about. Like we have to just go. Let's just do this. Like what do I have to learn? What's my next lesson? And the harder the lessons, it's like they get out of the way, right? Like, so let's say that in our childhood, now childhood painful things are involuntary, right? We do not choose as a human we don't, because of our mistakes, we don't suffer through this, right? We suffer through this because it's meant to happen. Like we planned this before we came down to get all of this, especially if we're starseeds. If we're starseeds, we literally are going to have horrible, traumatic, painful, disgusting childhoods so that we can develop the skills we need to help others, right? But once we get to adulthood, the trauma that we receive is almost because of our decisions, mm-hmm. right? Obviously, there's some victims out there who get hurt and they didn't ask for it, right? But most of the time in our adult relationships and in our adult life, we are learning these hard lessons because we're being stupid. We're not paying attention, right? We're repeating cycles over and over and over again. Painful lesson, painful lesson, painful lesson, because we're not like saying, woo, okay, I have been stuck in this cycle for so long, maybe it's time I break out, right? Instead of saying, this is just me, this is just who I am, deal with it, right?
Right.
Like now we're going to be like, okay, well, what if this wasn't me? What if I'm just doing this because I'm programmed to? What if I start making decisions that I'm not used to, that feel uncomfortable for me? What if I start trying new things? You know, what will happen? Let's figure it out, right? It's Earth School. We're here to learn. We're here to experience all different kinds of things, not just the same thing that your parents did, that your grandparents did. Like that's just that you're not here for that. You're here to break out of that. It's Earth School. It's just like, let's expand and learn as much as we possibly can.
For sure. Oh.
Okay. The next card we have is happy ending, right? And I feel like this card is telling us like you're in your happy ending now, right? Like that's the mindset that we need to get to. Instead of saying like when this happens, I will be happy. When this happens, I'll finally get my happy ending. When in reality, we should be thinking my happy ending is here. Like it's here. I'm happy. I'm surrounded by abundance. I'm surrounded by beautiful people. I have everything that I could ever want and desire, right? The only thing that's going to come to me in the future are more good things, but I'm already here, right? Stop waiting for the future to make you happy. Be happy in this moment. There are always things to be grateful for. I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but there are tiny little glimmers, even if it's that you have a warm bed to sleep in, even if it's you have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you know, like tiny little things to be grateful for, and they will cause more grateful things to happen. When we are stuck in our misery, we're only just bringing more misery to us. So live in the happy ending right now.
That's beautiful. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And letting go. That's the next card, right? We can't. Again, cycle. This whole thing is all about repeating cycles. If we do not let go what is keeping us in this repetitive cycle, we are never going to be able to move forward, right? Find discernment also, right? Like use your in your mind. Your mind tells you all these crazy things, right? Mm-hmm. And we have to find discernment between what is just a cycle and program repeating and what is actually the truth, right? So we have to tune in to what our hearts and our bodies here are telling us, right? Because for so long, we've been stuck on the cycle of programming what's in here. This is our monkey mind. This is our animalistic brain. This just repeats what all the trauma we've used, our ego, it's everything, right? Mm-hmm. So we have to start tuning in to what is our body telling us. We're programmed to use this. We need to reprogram to use this. What am I feeling right now? What do I feel about this situation? What do I feel about this person? Like, you're sitting next to a person and they look absolutely wonderful. Like, there's nothing wrong with them on the outside, but on the inside, you have this feeling, right? You just have this feeling. And you're like, oh, I get butterflies when I'm sitting next to him. But really, it could be your intuition saying, run, mm-hmm. right? But we're like, oh, butterflies, he's so cute. She's so cute, right? I get butterflies. No, I can list about 1 million times on my hand that I have a tattoo on my foot that says butterflies, right? Because this one person that I dated used to give me butterflies all the time. He's actually in prison for the rest of his life for murder. So I know that it was my intuition telling me to run over and over and over again. But in my mind, it was, he's so cute. He's so cute. He gives me butterflies. He's so sweet, right? Like, but my body was literally telling me, get out of here. Run, right? And I didn't listen. So I suffered through so much trauma because I never once paid attention to my intuition. Never once, right? Resonate with what makes your heart sing. And that's more joy. Like, we all need more joy. What brings you joy? Even the small little things. If hugging a baby makes you feel joy, then that's a small thing. Start there. Right? But we need to find the things that we can create in our lives to bring us the happiness and the joy that we are craving. Again, we're just searching and searching and searching and searching, right? But we need to fill all of these holes that we have inside of ourselves and create joy. What makes you happy? What makes you happy? Who are you? When you're doing something and you're feeling, what are those things, right? And lots of people are like, I don't actually know, right? And I encourage you to just keep experimenting until you find it out, right? Some people like to crochet, some people like tarot cards, some people like to make jewelry, some people like to cook, some people like to bake, some people like bubble baths. What actually makes you happy? Start small and then just keep finding those things, because it's not just one thing, right? In the beginning, it's going to be one thing, but then you can expand, right? We're always trying to expand. It's going to start with one thing, and then it's just going to keep going and going and going. And before you know it, you're receiving joy from multiple different sources, right? Multiple. The last card is flexibility. We can't be just so rigid. You talked about this morning. You said maybe you shouldn't be so sold to an outcome, right? And that's what it is. We can't be sold to anything. If we are manifesting beautiful, good, wonderful things to happen within our life and we're sold to this very exact thing, we might be missing the very thing that is for us, right? Because we're so rigid. People who have plans, people who have the control, they plan things down to an absolute T, and then they get so stressed out because their plan isn't working, when in reality it could be such a big blessing, right? You're pissed because things are out of your control, but like this is the most beautiful thing if you could just change your way of thinking, right? You're on a road trip and you're not going according to the plan, but you look to your left and you see this giant, beautiful, wonderful lookout, right? It's not the plan, but it's something beautiful that we can experience while we're on the plan. So don't be so stubborn and rigid. Make sure to keep that flexibility in your life.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
My gosh, that was so many cards, and we ran through them so fast. So fast. Our team is strong, and they really know the messages that humanity, our collective, really needs to hear. And I'm so grateful that I have such wonderful guides, but also viewers, right? Because like our viewers, I know from this channel right here that these people who are watching us are going through the exact same things that we are either going through or have been through, right? You're never alone. Like there is always a collective of people who are going through the exact same things as you. And because we have such wonderful technology on the earth, there are so many ways to connect to these types of people, right? So you're never alone. You're never alone. Find your community, find your collective, right? There are so many people whom you can relate to. Everybody is going through something that you can relate to.
For sure, definitely. And I'm so blessed to be a part of this collective.
Yeah.
I'm learning so many valuable lessons, and I've grown so much. Hell, like 7 months ago, my life was completely different.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of us.
Yeah. We've both come so far since we met one another. Like so far. Totally different people. Yeah. It's crazy. It's beautiful. It's divine, right?
Yes.
It's divine.
So thank you to our wonderful spirit team, because they have been a part of this transition since the beginning of our introduction.
And to the Pleiadians,
yes,
for like just like being such amazing new earth leaders, like teaching us how to live in this earth. I feel like I have benefited so much from all the messages that they send down to us, send through us, you know, like because there is a new energy upon earth. There is new things taking place on earth. And if we don't know it, then we can't use it or, use it to our advantage, right? So we're all being trained on how to just like live in this beautiful new earth that we're moving towards, right? And let's like not get stuck in the old earth, right? Like we all have hope, our collective here. We all have hope. We all see this golden future in front of us where all these beautiful, wonderful things can happen, right? Let's not focus on what's happening right now, right? There's the earth is full of balance, right? So for every single one of us people who are looking towards the golden age, there is another person who is trying to stay in the third dimension. So make sure that you're not getting sucked there. Right? Like keep that wonderful glowing view. Like we're moving towards a future where there is peace and there is harmony and there is unconditional love and support from everyone around us, and we don't have to feel ashamed for our past decisions or who we love or the way we feel. Keep that vision, keep that golden vision and hold it, because you are a beacon of light to everyone else who's not holding that vision, right? It's like a vacuum, okay? Both sides are a vacuum. You can get sucked into here, but you can also get sucked into here. But when they get sucked into here by you planting your seeds, remember not to carry them. It's very important, and it's one of my most popular videos on TikTok, is not carrying people through their spiritual journey.
Yes.
We love them so much, and we know that we've learned so much on our spiritual journey, and that we've gained so much awareness and beauty on our journey, that we want it so badly for those other people, but it is up to them. Everything is on free will, right? We cannot make people go on an ascension journey. Cannot make them. You can plant the seeds and you can live your life in that golden era, in that golden age, and you can allow them to see you and want to follow you, but you cannot drag them.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
You're very relaxed and calm today.
I really am. I learned a lot in this session. Really.
Did you?
I did. It was really good.
It's relationships. They get all of us.
Mm-hmm.
All of us. Like, it's almost the most important thing to have as a human is having that one person to call partner. And when the partner we choose doesn't seem to fit us anymore, it's very hard and it's very hurtful. But we still have love for those people, and we still want the absolute best and most wonderful, joyous things for them, right? And maybe in the future there is a plan, you know, but we have to remember that we have to take ourselves into consideration first. What is best for me if I'm aware and I'm on this healing journey and I've gone through all of this horrible dark nights of the soul and I'm on this healing journey, I have to understand that what's best for me, because I'm on the healing journey, is literally best for everyone around me, right? Being in the third dimension, living here, this is not what's best for everyone, right? Living in the fifth dimension where I'm standing in my power and I'm doing what brings me joy and I'm doing all of these things from a higher ascended point of view, right? Unconditional love. That is what's best for everyone. So if you're standing in your power and you're claiming your power and you're feeling beautiful and strong and powerful, all the decisions that you're making are what's best for everyone around you.
I want to agree with you, and I do agree with you 100%. I see that because it was a major sacrifice in my life.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
To really love yourself, you do things that you never thought that you would ever have the strength to do, and when you wake up to that love and you acknowledge that you're not happy and that things need to change, but yet you're so in love with the person that you're with, and you know you want to hold on to hope that they could change with you, and then realizing that that's just not how it works all the time, and sacrificing that relationship for the betterment of both people is a major sacrifice, and it is probably one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do. I have left relationships in the past. I have made the choice to leave, but it was after wasting so many years of staying in something that you knew was not good for you, but you just did not have the strength to walk away. And so now that I am in a place where I can see that growth and I see the beauty and the growth that I have made, and it puts me in a place of so much of self-worth and self-love, and I just want to say thank you. I want to say to my guides and the team that have helped me see these things, thank you. Because and my higher self,
your higher self, yeah,
because
the real MVP up there,
yeah. So it's hard, but the journey's worth it.
It is worth it. It is worth it. I look back to the choices that I had to make, and even though they were horrible and they were sad and they were heartbreaking and I hurt someone that I loved deeply, right? Like the person that I literally wanted, this was it. I was never going to be single ever again. This was absolutely it, you know? But like once you stand in your power and you're standing in your authentic self and you're saying, this isn't me. This isn't me, you know? And the longer I stayed, it's like the more of me I lost, you know? The more of me was just sucked out into the ether, and I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do for the community, for the future, for myself, for the people that I loved, you know? Like, I honestly feel that even though I was not in a bad situation, I was not in an abusive situation, I was not in a cheating situation, I was not in a bad situation. I was in a healthy, communicative relationship. Yeah, we had issues, but every couple has issues, right? But there was nothing bad that would need me to like, you need to leave, you need to leave, you need to leave. It was just me like learning that my true authentic self I can't be here anymore. I can't. Yeah. This is not what's best for me or you. We are staying in this place out of comfort. And it's only just going to drive us further and further and further apart. So,
for sure.
For me, I feel like it was a little easier for me than it was for you, because I had the whole I'm gay thing. Like, that was like a real revelation, right? Like, I'm trying and I'm trying. You actually had to like just be like, stand in your power and say, this isn't working for me. I had a nice out.
I don't think it's ever really easy, regardless of it, because you're still hurting another person. You're hurting yourself too. It's not easy to be in a place to where you have to hurt somebody because you respect and value yourself more, or to do things that you know that they need and you need. Like in my situation, my partner was not on their healing journey. And we did a show about the 3D, 5D split, being in relationships where you're on two different pages, or two different dimensions. Mm-hmm. If somebody would rather live in their trauma and not heal it than the person who's healing, you tend to just grow out of them. You grow out of that. You just can't exist in those lower vibrational energies.
And that was actually what was taking place in my relationship as well, along with that. Yeah, it was just a transition. It was just like, I have so much time that I'm able, like, this is my life, right? Like, ascension is my life. Healing is my life. I teach healing. I communicate healing. Like, this is my life. So there's no possible way that I'm going to be able to be in a relationship with someone who's not putting in
the effort,
the work,
the
real work. Like, doing cards is not work. This is communication. It's the looking at your shadows. It's the looking at your traumas. It's the looking at your behaviors and facing them and not running away from them anymore. So, that 3D, 5D split is a real big bummer going on right now all over the world, all over the planet. Like, it is happening between brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, partners. It's happening everywhere, and it is painful. It is really painful because we love these people and we want to be around their energy, but it hurts.
Yeah, because they're not bad people. No. It's not like he was, like abusive. There was abusive tendencies, because anytime you emotionally hurt somebody or accuse somebody of something they're not doing can be considered abuse. It's emotional. It's emotional trauma, but they're not bad people. They just had bad experiences, and it's hard for them to heal those experiences.
Yes.
So, walking away is never easy. It's never easy. It's a big life change, and we do not want to make it seem like that this is, an easy thing, because it's not.
No, and we don't also want to send the message that walking away is always the answer. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes people can be on ascended journeys together, take the journey together. That's what I would. It's always the goal, right? Hey, I'm going on this journey. Do you want to come with me? Like, it's scary.
Yes.
This is probably going to be the hardest and the scariest thing that we've ever gone through. But, like, I want to go with it with you,
Yeah.
And my partner, I did want to do this. I did want to go on this journey with them. And I still want to go on this journey with them. Like, even though I've realized what I've realized about myself, and that I can't be in this sort of romantic relationship with you, I still want to go on this journey with you. I still want to witness you going on this healing journey, because I love you unconditionally.
Yeah.
That's what That's what this whole thing is about. The healing journey, you know? Unconditional love. I literally love you unconditionally. No matter what you do, I'm still going to love you. But if you aren't ready to go on this journey with me, then I just can't be around you as much, because it does physically hurt. You know, I have to tell the people that I am in personal relationships with, like, when you're in a certain type of mood, you can't call me, right? Because it hurts me, right? Like, if you're getting home from work and you're angry and you're upset and you're this and you're that and you want to call me to make yourself feel better, I'm going to ask that you take 15-20 minutes to meditate, do some deep breathing, clear some of that energy, take a shower, eat dinner, do all these things, and then call me, right? And then we can have a productive conversation, and then we can have like this beautiful connection where I can actually support you, right? But if you're coming at me and you haven't done any of the work today that you need to do in order to come at me, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Right? If you are going to be in any type of relationship with me, friendship, anything, you're going to have to get your shit together before you come to me, right? Because that's my boundary. And all I ask is that you take 20 minutes to yourself, some deep breathing, get to familiar with the feelings that you're feeling. Maybe you're only feeling them because you're overwhelmed. And why are you going to call me and overwhelm me when all you need to do is take 15 minutes to yourself and deep breathe?
Yeah, for sure.
You know? So I have boundaries, and I have things that, like, I can't be in a relationship with you on this beautiful, intimate level if you're not putting your work in. Put your work in. Meditate before you call me.
And that's a good practice for anybody that's having a bad day.
And it works both ways. Mm-hmm. If I'm having a bad day and I really would just want to right? I have to remember to take some deep breaths before I go calling people.
Yes.
Right?
You don't want to energy transfer that onto somebody else, you know?
No. Yeah. So, lesson to myself. Got it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today.
Have a wonderful day.